Janice, give me some of that dating foolishness.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm not venting. This is not venting. This is the truth. Like, I feel like I need some air now.
Proof. This is why women like Brittany Renner will be single for life. Avoid combative women. Welcome to Manosphere Highlights Daily. Shout out to the Shade Room for this interview. Yesterday we made a video about red flags, and in this video we wanted to give you an example of a walking red flag. I always say that Brittany Renner is must-study material because she keeps it honest most of the time and she displays every red flag in the book that men need to avoid at all costs. Speaking about books, I've read her book and we've done a book review on this channel. Check it out because it's pure gold. Women have the tendency to only tell you what they want you to know. Very important details are left out so you cannot draw a correct conclusion about why she is single, why her boyfriend doesn't want to talk to her, or why her ex-boyfriend smacked her in the face. But women will always tell on themselves. Just ask them the right questions and let them talk long enough. And yes, it happened again in this interview. She showed her true colors. In this small clip, you will see why she will remain single for life. This is more profound than being a single mother or having a high body count. Now it's time for us to get into this and do what we gotta do. Because we men, ain't we? We men, ain't we?
But I think seeing that... Okay, pause though. Wait, what's going on?
We want to pivot from that.
Okay, but I want to know though, because this is my truth.
No, you're telling the truth. We want you to say the truth. There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like you told me not.
Like, I hear you, and we can pivot, but I'm telling you right now, like, straight up, this is my truth. But let me finish. I have never had the opportunity to really say how I feel. Nobody's given a to ask me. Like, at the end of the day, I have been on publicly and privately, and we talked about some of that at breakfast.
We don't want that to become the narrative of what this interview is, but I get it. Vent, do, all
No, I'm not venting. This is not venting. This is the truth. Like, I feel like I need some air now.
This is pure gold. The reason why this is pure gold is because it's unexpected. We've seen her go back and forth with hosts in the past, but this is the director of this interview asking her to pivot from this PJ Washington topic, and her combative personality immediately comes out. There are different ways you can address the situation. It's not about who's right or wrong in this case. I mean, Brittany Renner is allowed to have an opinion on how the interview is conducted, but pay attention to the wordplay.
We don't want that to become the narrative of what this interview is, but I get it. Vent, do, all
No, I'm not venting. This is not venting. This is the truth. Like, I feel like I need some air now.
Yes, she was venting. Venting refers to an act of expressing strong emotions, often negative ones such as frustration, anger, or disappointment, in a verbal or written form. It involves releasing pent-up feelings and thoughts, typically to someone who is willing to listen or through an outlet such as social media.
There have been so many obstacles thrown in my way. Being 50,000 deep in attorney fees alone, I've had 3 different attorneys. Wow. Right? So this has not been a glamorous ride, and I'm still on it.
Right.
I just got my hands up now at this point because what else am I might as well enjoy this.
Just because you're speaking the truth doesn't mean you're not venting, and that's why she needed some air because she got emotional in this interview. Everything up to this point was pretty light. They interviewed her in a positive light because that was probably what they agreed on before this interview. This is Brittany Renner trying to establish a positive reputation. But when it came to PJ Washington, Brittany Renner made the mistake she always makes, and that is not knowing when to keep her mouth shut. It's always her truth, but the truth is she's not the right decision maker, and that's why it doesn't matter what her truth is. Check this out.
To Jackson State University, okay? Because you have Deion Sanders, and he brought you to Jackson State University, your former college. And basically he brings you on to talk to his team, and in a sense it's kind of an underlying tone of watch out for girls like me. Is that empowering or is that degrading for you?
When I originally agreed to do it, I thought it was empowering. looking now from where I'm sitting, it doesn't really feel that good. But I think
Red flag alert.
This question is pure gold. It puts her on the spot. Deion Coach Prime Sanders is the GOAT for putting her on display like that because it shows Brittany Renner's narcissistic traits. She loves being the center of attention. She loves the attention so much that she's willing to make a fool out of herself to get it. Why was it empowering back then? And why doesn't it feel good right now? Back then, Brittany Renner thought she was invincible. She never thought that her actions were going to be used against her. She made these choices. Nobody put a gun to her head and forced her to do anything. Check this out.
I just genuinely thought that was my person
Yeah.
who understood and saw me for me because he never judged me. Like, that's how it appeared.
Yeah.
So that obviously was not true.
I also think it's fair to say when it comes to your dating pool, no disrespect to the father of your child, but he wasn't the biggest fish in the sea, right? So if
Right.
you wanted, if it was a supposed come up, you would have been come up, right?
It's like I said in the video that everybody likes to reference, and I know exactly what video I'm talking about. 2018 when I was in the car chatting my. And I said if I wanted to come up off a check, I could have a baby by an athlete because they're very dumb.
Yeah.
Okay, so if it was all about the Benjamins, baby,
Yeah.
I could have had several children by now. I had my child when I was 29.
And you waited for someone you loved.
Come on, hello.
No. Don't let Brittany Renner fool you with this crap. I've read a book and she has dealt with many men. I'm not a psychologist, but the more I study Brittany Renner, the more I'm convinced she is a narcissist. And PJ Washington was the perfect supply. He was young, inexperienced, and on top of that, he was infatuated with her. And that made him easy to control. But the harsh truth about infatuation is that it doesn't last, especially if you're dealing with a combative person and a control freak. This man felt trapped and he was looking for a way out. He got himself another woman pregnant in no time. I'm not giving PJ Washington a pass for what he did, and we don't feel sorry for him because Brittany Renner's book was already written before he decided to impregnate this walking red flag. And that's why we don't want to hear her truth, because her actions speak louder than her words. She had no problems running her mouth until men started avoiding her like the plague. Embracing the villain role was all cool until people started using it against her.
Romantic love is easily the most important thing in my life. It's the one thing that inspires me to do what I do and to share what I share. I want to do this life with somebody. So it's like I've been wired like this. I've been a lover girl my whole life. So it's like the one thing I want the most is just not in my life right now.
Romantic love is important to her. Key word, fellas, romantic. Modern women still want the Disney princess experience, even if they are damaged goods. This whole interview is about cleaning up her image in the hopes to attract Prince Charming. Check this out.
I have my team, people I care about, but the romance department, lacking in that area. Sometimes I just want to be held, but I can't just have anybody hold me. That can get kind of weird.
Brittany Renner already told on herself when she was interviewed by Just Pearly Things. She is not going to settle for an average Joe. She can't do it. Most modern women can't do it. When interviewed by Cam Newton, she said Ciara and Russell Wilson exemplify the kind of relationship she wants. This is why she will always be single. She's looking for a top 5% man to come and save her, even though he has many women like Brittany Renner to choose from that have no children. Pair that up with her combative personality, body count higher than the Predator, a book where she explains how she rode the hot dog carousel as a coping mechanism. The list goes on and on. Why in the blue hell do you want to be associated with this train wreck? Especially as a high value man. Put some respect on these red flags and run! Get to the chopper! Fellas, it doesn't take long for a toxic female to show you her true colors. There are combative women, narcissistic women, living la vida loca, women everywhere on the planet. Asking the right question will make her tell on herself in no time, and of course, life experiences. Just like you saw with the director of this interview. The way someone interacts with others can reveal a lot about their personality, beliefs, values, and behavior.
And so, kind of bringing it back to your childhood, you said that one thing missing in your childhood was your parents. What would you say is something missing in your adulthood?
I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is probably just the romance part.
Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted. Manosphere, we working. Protect yourself at all times. This video has officially been highlighted.